This is the Chinese cooking channel called Chinese Cooking Channel. Today we're going to make a traditional clay pot rice. So this is a famous rice that is originated from Huiping, China. So whenever we go to China or Hong Kong or any place in China, we go for the clay pot rice. And this dish we're going to make in a untraditional way. We're going to use the Instant Pot. So normally use a clay pot, or we can use the instant rice cooker or just a regular pot. But today we're going to use the Instant Pot to make this traditional dish. So just check the description below in my Chinese cooking accessory guide. You'll find different ingredients and items used in Chinese cooking, as well as the wok that I use and this Instant Pot that I use. Here we have the Chinese sausage, pork and chicken liver. So there's also pork Chinese sausage and duck liver Chinese sausage. So they pretty well look like this. Sometimes you go to Chinatown or different Chinese markets, you find them hanging on the wall. So these are actually all joined together. So just a general rule of thumb, people like to eat about one of these per person. So you can actually make it more. I'll just cut off the part where it joins together. You can keep it whole, or you can actually cut it into pieces. So what we're going to do is just going to cut it into pieces here. So we're just going to cut it, well, we're just going to cut in half. How's that? So you want to cut into threes, that's fine. Usually when you cut it, you kind of release the juices. It's actually encased like a sausage, so it actually keeps all the flavor in. But when you cut it, it releases the flavor into the rice. So we're just going to cut it in half like this. So here you have the preserved pork belly. So this has been dried and cured. Sometimes they sell them in the Chinese supermarket without the package, but nowadays they have it in package form. So it actually keeps longer. So you can see it's a pork belly here. Cut it into sort of like 1.5 inch long. So keep it fairly large. So when you cut it, it actually releases the flavor during the cooking, because the water in the rice cooking will also soak up the juices from this pork belly. So here we have the dry duck leg. So it comes in one piece here that's been dried and cured in salt. So this is an excellent item to put into a clay pot rice. It actually infuses the flavor in the rice, and then also mixes in with the flavor of the other meats. So this is a nice piece here. So you can also buy dry chicken. I've seen dry chicken. Actually, we've used dry chicken before. So you can cut it into fairly large pieces here. So the leg, I love the leg, so I'm just going to keep it like that. You can probably cut a piece off there like that. Like that. So that should be pretty nice. So this is going to bring lots of flavor to the dish here. So when you cook your rice, you can use just water if you like, or you can put a broth, like a chicken broth or beef broth. You can add ingredients to your broth, like soy sauce and sesame oil, oyster sauce. But for regular rice, even long grain rice or jasmine rice, short grain rice, you use 1 cup of liquid to 1 cup of rice. I forgot, I'm using rice. 1 cup of liquid to 1 cup of rice. So I'll do this about half a dozen times, and it just gets rid of some of the starches. So some people don't rinse it, they like to keep the starch in there, so that's really a personal preference. But Chinese people from Huiping, they usually rinse the rice. That's a bit of a custom. It also gets rid of some of the dirt and the impurities, so that's the other reason. So once you wash the rice, put the rice into the Instant Pot. So I have the chicken broth from 2 different recipes. I had the whole chicken that I cook in Instapot. I also have the broth from the chicken wings that we cooked before. So put that all into the Instapot. So just give the Instapot a little shake here just to even the rice out on the bottom there. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, like I said before. The rice to the liquid is 1-to-1. So just put the chicken pieces all around. And then I'm going to put the pork, the pork belly. So just spread it around so you get all the flavors throughout the pot here. And then you put the Chinese sausage in there. So spread it out in different places here. So the Instapot is a new era of cooking for clay pot rice. Cooking clay pot rice without the clay pot. So we're just going to turn left to close. So on this particular Instapot, it locks in right away. You don't have to do anything else. Okay, well, we got here a time at 8 minutes, pressure at high. So the actual setting on the warming has been 18 minutes. I was doing another dish. So I just let it natural release. So when you press the release button, even after 18 minutes, there's still a bit of pressure in there. So the overall cover is still pretty hot, so be very careful. So we're going to turn the lid. And wow, that looks good. Wow, the fragrance is really fantastic. I'm going to really enjoy this. So you just take a, wow, the rice turned out fantastic. I just tell by wow, look at that. So you just take a spatula and turn it so it's more even. The rice turned out more perfect than perfect, I would say. It turned out fantastic. So you can put the rice into a bowl and then just put on a plate for a nice presentation. They'll just put a little cilantro on the top if you like. So there you have it. Traditional clay pot rice using the Instapot. Enjoy. So I have the traditional clay pot. This is the same one they use in China and Huiping and Checkhamtown. And then you can serve this in a clay pot if you like. And so this Instapot, it makes the traditional clay pot rice. It's just as good or even better. So this is part of the duck leg here. So you can see how tender it is, right? It comes right off. Right? It comes right off. The meat is really hard, but here, except for the skin attached to it, it's really tender. You can just see how tender that is, right? See how tender that is, right? Lots of flavor. And here, you have the pork belly. It comes right off. Right? And some parts of it just melt in your mouth. So here's where the bone is, Wow, that's nice. It comes right off right there. So you have the different parts. You see the Chinese sausage. See, it comes right off. Just use your spoon to cut it. Right? So this is just the best. I'm going to proclaim this is fantastic. Thanks for checking out my video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And thanks for your continued support.